guys, it's Rainer from the USAF mod. I wanted to take a minute and show you guys how to set up our KC-135 on a refueling route so you guys can try out some air-to-air refueling. Eventually we're going to have a module that does this for you, but in the meantime you guys can set it up in the editor pretty easily. So I'm going to show you what I've done here, and I've confirmed this works. This guy will just fly this route at a level altitude so you can refuel. So all you do is you drop a KC-135, and I set him to go east here, and I'm going to go into his options and set a couple things. So first up, you got to figure out what altitude you want him at, and go ahead and put that in the Z field under position. Do 1,000, and then you're going to take that same number and you're going to apply this script to it. So you're going to use set allow damage false, just in case he gets engaged. You don't want him dying, or maybe you do, you can leave that out. Then you're going to set fly-in height to 1,000, and then you're also going to set fly-in height ASL to 1,000 with an array of 3 elements there. And those commands will make him fly at 1,000 for as long as he can. Now, this map is all water on the edges, and he'll fly at 1,000 over water just fine, but I've found that on maps that have land edges like Takistan and stuff, he will still follow the terrain, and I don't know of any way to get around that, but at least this will get you guys going on island maps. And that's the setup for him. Then you're going to want to drop some waypoints here on the corners of the map. You're going to move, 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 and a cycle here, so he will turn back around and do it again. Finally, one more thing here on this first move waypoint, you want to click on it and go to the settings and change. What I would do is change the speed here to limited, because if we do normal or unchanged, he'll fly at about 600 or 700 knots, which isn't great for things like the A-10. So at limited, he'll fly right at about 300 knots, which is great. And then just to be safe, to make sure he doesn't try to engage anything, I always set combat mode to forced hold fire and behavior to careless, so he'll ignore any enemies. And you only have to do it on that one waypoint, and the other 3, or the rest, will remain with the same settings as long as you don't change them. As long as you leave them as unchanged and everything, they'll continue on these settings. And that's pretty much it. Set up your aircraft, and then you're going to go. I'll show you. It's just an action on the KC-135, so I'll run the mission here. So first up, to get ready, I'm going to scroll wheel and open refueling door. If that's not open, he'll deny you permission to join the pattern. So like I said, it's an action. Once I'm within range here, I'm going to look at him. Slow up, there it is. Request refuel from KC-135. Click on that guy. All right, so as you approach the aircraft, you're going to see some information in the top right. It'll show you the tanker's airspeed, his distance to you, and then his bearing to help you get in position. So as you approach, you're going to notice there's some lights flashing on the bottom of the aircraft. Those are your pilot director lights, your PDL. And what these essentially are is they tell you where you are within the envelope of the boom. Left side is up and down, and the right side is forward and backward. And all I'm going to do is follow these prompts until I reach the center of the envelope and hold it for a second, and he should connect. And there you go. I would highly recommend looking up some information on the internet. There's a lot of good tutorials for games like DCS or Falcon BMS on the meaning of the PDL, and you'll go ahead and refuel, and once you're at 100%, you will release, and you're good to go. So that's it. Hope you guys have fun refueling, and fly safe.